Good to be back. And I'm going to do something really interesting today. I'm going to make seitan. Seitan, it's spelled S-E-I. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how to pronounce it, but we pronounce it seitan. It's made from wheat gluten, which is what's left of wheat when you remove the starch. You just get the pure gluten, which is a protein. So it's a very high protein food. And when it's cooked, the texture is a lot like meat. So they call it, sometimes people call it wheat meat. It's chewy. It's just got a nice chewy texture. So we're going to make some of that today. And I'm actually have made some already, so I can show you what it looks like after it's cooked, because we won't have time to cook it in my live presentation. You don't want to sit here for 40 minutes and watch that. But I cooked it already, so a batch, so we'll have that with some orange sauce, which we'll make. So I want to get started. Let me just fix my little screen here so I can see comments in case anybody says hi or has a question or just wants to tell me where you're from. That would be great. So these recipes, the recipe for this is on my website, which is everydayplantbased.com. So if you want to follow along, well, I suppose you can't watch this and look at the recipe at the same time, but it's there if you want to see it later. Let me just organize myself here. So seitan is, you can buy it in the store. We used to buy it in the store years ago. It was, you get a little package. I don't know if it was even half a pound. And it was fairly expensive. It was $6, $7. And so when I realized how easy it was to make it, I make it now. And this batch that I'm going to make probably, I'm thinking it's 6 to 8 servings. So it's a nice kind of meal prep dish. You can make a batch and then you have enough, for 3 meals. If there's 2 of you, there's 2 of us. So we have enough for 3 meals. And it freezes really well. So I'm going to make a batch now and, we'll eat some of it today, but I'll freeze the rest. So the version I'm going to make, it's made from wheat gluten flour, which is just kind of looks like a slightly yellowish flour. We get Bob's Red Mill brand, but other companies make it too. And then you usually add something else to it. You don't have to, but I mean, there's a million recipes out there. What I always add is a silken tofu. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my tofu package open. I'm going to use an entire package. This is the Soyo organic tofu. I have a mess here. All right, I'm going to cut this open and just drain it for a minute. So silken tofu, you normally don't press it the way you would a firm tofu because, of course, it's very soft. It's not really going to press, but it is packed in water. So I'm going to just drain out some of this water. Okay, then we're going to put it in the food processor. You won't believe how easy this is. I've seen many recipes for seitan that are a lot more involved, but I like to do things quick and easy. So how much wheat gluten are we going to add? We're going to add, got to find my cup measure. I didn't get that out. Hold on. We're going to add 1.5 cups of wheat gluten. Sorry about that. Just put this right in the food processor. This is a 1/2 cup measure. So I'm putting in 3 of these. So like I said, there are other recipes for seitan. This is just one that I use that I like. If you're going to make it, you might look up some other recipes and see how other people do it. Then we're going to add some nutritional yeast. If you ever watch my Facebook Live demonstrations, you know I use this all the time. So 2 tablespoons. This is going to. So what we're adding now is just flavoring. Wheat gluten flour does not have much flavor at all. It's like tofu in that respect, that you add things to it to give it flavor. So we're adding nutritional yeast. I'm going to add some garlic powder, a teaspoon. This is a ½ teaspoon measure, so I'm putting in 2 of those. I'm going to add onion powder, again, a teaspoon. I'm going to add some smoked paprika, ½ a teaspoon of that. I love smoked paprika. Great stuff. Then last week, I think I made something with soy curls, and when you buy soy curls, you can get this Chik'n style seasoning. So I'm going to add some of this too. If you don't have any of it, you can just leave it out. I'm going to add a teaspoon of this Chik'n style seasoning. Because the seitan I'm going to make today kind of mimics chicken. We're going to make some pieces of it about the size of chicken breasts, and then I'm also going to make some little nuggets that are like chicken nuggets. So now this step is simply to run the food processor, and I'm going to have to run it for a few minutes. What we're doing here is we're going to try to activate this gluten by combining it with the tofu. By combining it with something wet, it starts to form a dough. And I need to run it long enough so that dough gets nice and, kind of all cohesive, I guess is the word. And so I can get it out and shape it. So this is a chance to go get a glass of water and come back in hopefully a minute. Hopefully it won't take that long. Okay, we're getting there. In fact, we may be there. So what I have in the food processor is a dough. And it's, I think I'm going to say that's finished. That didn't even really take a minute, did it? I'm going to put it on my cutting board, shape it. So what I have is a dough. It's slightly rubbery. It's slightly sticky. I just want to get it out of my food processor here. And what I'm going to do next is just shape it into, sort of like cutlets and nuggets. And you can see how I do that. Okay. So it's just kind of this doughy mass here. I'm just gonna, for the nuggets, I just start cutting off. Actually, I need a plate to put them on. Hold on. Let's see, I'll put it over. I'm done with the food processor, so let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a small bit, just cut it with a knife. And I have kind of a little nugget there. And, I'll probably make maybe 20, 25 of these. And then I have a certain way of cooking them that I'll just tell you about, because I'm not going to go ahead and cut them all right now because it takes a while. But the way I cook these, so the seitan dough, once it's shaped, needs to be cooked, and it's cooked in either by boiling it, so you just drop it in boiling water, or by steaming it. The nuggets, I'm going to drop in boiling water. I usually kind of season the water, maybe put some bouillon or veggie broth in with it, and then drop them in boiling water for about 20 minutes, and they puff up, they get bigger. Then I take them and put them on a baking sheet, parchment paper baking sheet, and I bake them at a pretty hot temperature, like 425, for about 20 minutes. And what that does is it kind of browns them up a little bit. In fact, I'll show you what those look like because I did that this morning. So these were the nuggets after I boiled them 20 minutes and then I baked them 20 minutes. And all those instructions are in my in the recipe in my website. So these are the nuggets. It's really an interesting thing to watch when you put them in boiling water. They puff up and they all float to the top. It's kind of fascinating. The other way to cook these is the other way I cook them is I make like a little cutlet. So I will take a quantity of this, a bigger quantity, maybe this much, and kind of shape it and flatten it so it looks like a cutlet, kind of like that. And so I'll make 4 of these because that's what fits in my steamer. Maybe flatten it out a little bit. So I make 4 cutlets that kind of look about like that. And then to cook those, I steam them. So I have a pot here, which has a steamer basket. And so in the pot, I've got a few cups of seasoned water. Again, I use some bouillon to season the water. The steamer basket itself looks, it's just a basket with holes in it. I give it a shot of oil spray because these will stick if I don't. So a little oil spray, then I fit my 4 cutlets in there and I steam it for maybe 30 minutes, flip them halfway. And that's how I cook the seitan. And then it's pretty much cooked. And what you do after that is you add it to sauces. You can also take those cutlets and put them back in the food processor and chop them all up. So you have more like a ground, kind of a meaty ground product that you can, put in sauces or, whatever you would do with like ground chicken. So I'm going to stop this process right now because this takes a while to demonstrate. And, I've already shown you 1 or 2, made a cutlet, I made some nuggets. So I will finish this later. And right now I'm going to make the orange sauce, which we will put with these chicken nuggets that I made earlier. So to get this out of the way, okay, get my burner. Okay. So I'm going to mix up the sauce in a little bowl because it needs to be whisked. Okay, so first thing is it's got orange juice in it. This is just an orange sauce like you might get in a, if you go to a Chinese restaurant and you order something tasty with an orange sauce. So I want the juice of 3 oranges. These don't even seem to have seeds. I think I'll just use a traditional hand squeezing method. I prepped almost everything except I did not prep the garlic, which was not that intelligent of me because garlic takes a little while to prep, but we'll get it done. This recipe also calls for some orange zest. So before I squeeze this one, I'm going to zest it directly into the bowl. It says a teaspoon. I'm just going to sort of zest the whole orange. This is going to be delicious, this sauce. You can buy orange sauce, in a jar. It's often made with corn syrup. It isn't the healthiest stuff. Maybe super sweet. We're not going to make this really, really sweet. We are going to add some maple syrup. Okay, now I'll add the other orange in. Yeah, these oranges don't have seeds, so I didn't have to use my handy dandy citrus squeezer. Okay, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of soy sauce into this sauce. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. So the sauce is, it's got sweet. It's also got tangy acid from the rice vinegar, and the orange juice adds a lot of acid. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, which I already measured out. We need to add some ginger. I like to zest ginger because I don't like it. I love ginger, the flavor, but I don't like pieces of it in the food. I like it to be more evenly distributed. So I'm going to, got a little knob of ginger here. I'm just going to zest it. This zester. Try not to zest my finger along with it. Oh, I'm glad to see some comments. Anita, hi. And someone named Belize. Hi to you. Allison. Hello. Yes, nutritional yeast is, oops. That just fell in is the best thing ever. I know a couple of times I've demonstrated my this Parmesan that I make with cashews and nutritional yeast. We put that on everything. Okay. We're getting some ginger in here. I need to add a little bit of red pepper flakes. Not a lot. I don't want this to be super spicy. So it says half a teaspoon. I probably should measure. I'm good at, actually, I'm just putting in a little less. I feel like these red pepper flakes, well, this is actually crushed red pepper, so maybe that's why it seems hotter. And then I need to add some garlic, which I actually completely forgot about. So we'll start from scratch with the garlic. I'll get a couple cloves here. Try to quickly get them peeled. This recipe had a lot of components, and they're all things that I had. So it just took a little while to get everything together, and I did forget Because usually I prepare the garlic ahead of time. I'm going to give this a good bang to makes it much easier to peel and chop up. There's a nice big fat clove of garlic. And here's the other one. You just try to chop this a little bit. And then the only other thing we need to add is some cornstarch to thicken this up. So once I get this mixed up, I'm going to put it in the pan here. I think I'll go ahead and heat that up. Then we'll add our seitan to the sauce and we'll be done. Well, I chopped this. I don't know if I did a great job mincing it up. That's a lot of garlic. Okay. There we go. So let me whisk this up. Get that mixed up. And I'm going to put the cornstarch, kind of whisk that up separately so I make sure it's nice and distributed through the water. We're going to use, I'm going to start, I think I'll use 2 tablespoons and then about a 1/4 cup of water with that cornstarch. There we go. And I get this going. Go ahead and put the sauce in here. That's going to be great because it's so orangey from all that orange juice. I get my cornstarch at the bottom of this cup here. It's kind of stuck on the bottom of the cup. And I'll add that to the sauce. Okay, so that's going to thicken. That'll thicken up. And actually, I can go ahead and put the nuggets in there now. Just going to take them off my baking sheet here. So this is going to be really good. I'm going to also, I have some rice. I might just cook up a little broccoli to have with this. And I'll have a really good meal. So this is starting to thicken already. This is, so orange chicken is one of my grandson's favorite things to eat. So I'll have to try this out on him and see what he thinks. I probably will have to tell him it's not chicken, but it's going to have all those flavors, and it's certainly got the consistency, the texture, like eating chicken. So this is starting to thicken nicely. I might turn it down a little bit. Okay, so that's it. I made some seitan. I made some orange sauce. After I'm done here, we'll probably have something to eat because it's about lunchtime here. Then I'll finish making the rest of the seitan that I started that you all watched, and I will freeze that. Oh, I was going to show you also the seitan that I cooked that was not nuggets. I cooked some that I made into little, that I formed into shapes. So these are about the size of a chicken breast. And these were the ones that were steamed. So these I will freeze. And then when I'm ready to use them, I will try to include some kind of sauce, maybe like a mushroom gravy. They're really good with just barbecue sauce, some kind of sauce with these. And one of these is a serving. I don't eat two of these at a time. That would be a lot. And obviously, if you're avoiding gluten, this is the last thing you would ever eat because these are pure gluten. Okay, well this looks so awesome. I don't know if you all can see it that well, but we've got the nuggets. We've got um, a nice gravy, sauce gravy. I feel like I need to taste it. Let's see if I can find a spoon. Taste the sauce anyway. Mm, that is so good. It's very intensely orange. It's not super sweet because I don't like it super sweet. If you want it sweet, you could add another tablespoon of maple syrup. You can also use agave syrup. Mm, this is going to be awesome. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you for being here. And hi, Barbara. Thank you for your comments. You're welcome. I'm happy to do this. So next time I'm going to make salad dressings because that's an issue for people when they go plant-based with no oil. You notice we didn't use any oil here. I mean, a little spray oil in the steamer, but no oil. So salad dressings, gosh, they're mostly oil, right? Like 2/3 oil. So next time I'm going to make 4 salad dressings that have no oil. So that'll be Thursday. So I hope you get a chance to come back. And I appreciate you being here. And maybe you'll make some seitan. I recommend it. Okay, see you next time. Bye.